See, this is me, Boba Fett.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chiss Ascendancy. This is Josiah, and you are on day 19 of 30 Days of Boba Fett. We are just under 2 weeks away from the premiere of the Book of Boba Fett, so we're super excited. Today's topic is Boba Fett's Beskar Armor. Now, obviously in canon, it appears to us from Mandalorian Season 2 that Boba Fett's armor that he currently has, that was in the Sarlacc with him, that he repainted and he's wearing in the Book of Boba Fett, it seems to be Beskar, because when he says to the Mandalorian, "I'm not here for your armor, I'm here for my armor," the one that you found from Cobb Vanth back on Tatooine, the Mandalorian says, "Did you take the creed?" So to me, if it was just Durasteel, if it was just some kind of heavy metal or plastic, something like that, then he wouldn't mind. But because it's Beskar, he wants to make sure he's giving it back to someone who's worthy of it, which is why Boba Fett ends up bringing up his chain code. But in Legends, for most of his life, actually, including the set that he got from Jango Fett, the armor was all Durasteel. And it isn't until way later in life, about 40 years after the Battle of Yavin, Boba Fett's about 70 years old, in the book Revelation by Karen Travis. I've been referencing this book a lot, but again, nobody writes Boba Fett like Karen Travis does. If they do a Boba Fett book that kind of talks about his time in the underworld, sometime between the Clone Wars and Episode 5 and things like that, I would love for that to be the moment they bring Karen Travis back into the Star Wars, book fold, as it were. But in this book, somebody that's probably the closest thing that Fett ever has to a friend, Goran Bevine, who is his most trusted lieutenant there on Mandalore, gifts Fett a whole new set of armor made of, I don't think it's called Beskar. Yeah, Beskar. And it's the first time that he has Beskar armor. And there's a moment where Admiral Natasi Dalla hires the Mandalorians to take out some of the Imperial Moffs that are kind of overseeing the Imperial Remnant in this book. And during that fight, Boba Fett takes heavy fire, but he realizes that the added weight of the Beskar armor is worth it because the damage that he has taken after the battle is minimal. And so it's actually 70 years that Boba Fett is running and gunning and living his life wearing Durasteel before he gets real Mandalorian armor. And I think that Miss Travis on purpose did this so that it really kind of lines up with his whole life. He's been doing his own thing. He's his own man. He doesn't really have a connection to anybody. But there's this moment where he really takes ownership of his place as the leader of the Mandalorian people. And it happens to line up with this same time. There's this patch. Imagine the same thing as searching for oil. They find a patch of Beskar metal, and unlike canon, they're willing to sell it to the highest bidder because it's part of their economy in Legends. And so there's this moment where the Mandalorian people have been suffering, and they're kind of spread out and spread thin, and they find this, this underground patch of Beskar, and it's enough that they're making ships and things like that out of it, which imagine that. Imagine how durable we've seen Beskar be, especially in The Mandalorian. Now imagine a starfighter made out of that. I mean, even something small like a Jedi starfighter-sized ship made out of Beskar would be pretty impressive. So I think they're called they call them Basulik, which is, Mandoa for, it's like war snake or something like that. Anyways, it's a really cool ship that's made fully of Beskar. And so imagine that's a lot. If the Mandalorian's getting a Camtono full, then it's worth like $1 zillion and everybody's trying to kill him for it. Imagine a whole starfighter made of Beskar. That's how much they're finding. And that's when Boba Fett gets his very first set of Beskar armor in the Legends continuity. So I hope you learned something today. If you enjoyed this video, consider following us, like this video, share it, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And we're going to keep going. I don't know how many times I'm going to reference this book. There's so much good Boba Fett stuff in this series. But maybe as we get closer to the book of Boba Fett, we'll do some more crazy speculation and kind of looking forward into the future. But again, I hope you like this video. Thanks for tuning in, and may the Force be with you.